3, 2, 1. Oh, goodness. Welcome back to episode 34 of Simply Carifying. You'll never guess where I just came from. Vacation. We're just gonna lose a little bit of this. So, today we're gonna talk about the importance of vacation. Excuse me while feathers fly everywhere. And yes, I earned these, okay? Oh my lord. Anyway, that's a lot of noise, a lot of big beads being taken off, and that's all we need to really say. My husband and I started going on vacation. I know I talked about this a little bit before, but we started this was our 5th year going on vacation. Now, it's been kind of the same vacation, actually, or at least to the same place. Now, I'm going to tell you that the age I am now, I've come to appreciate things like this. If you would have started doing this back in my 20s, I don't think I would have had as much fun. And that's because, of a lot of things. Insecurities and just like, just being that younger mom and, younger wife, like it's just all kinds of things. So we went to New Orleans, okay? And this is our 5th year going. The first year he wanted to surprise me. So this is a city that I've always been somewhat curious about, but when you think of, say, Mardi Gras, right? You think big party and like boobs everywhere. So like, again, as a young, insecure mom back in the day, I'm sure that, I would have blown it out. I would have been just like, why do you want to take me there? Why do you want to go there? It's just like a girls gone wild situation and all that stuff. And it's actually not. Don't get me wrong. There are some people there. Now, if you are a people watcher like myself, yeah, good thing. Like you could pull up on a bench or a table and just have a field day for days. It's not just one day, it's days. So we kind of, this year was our best trip, hands down. And that's because we had no issues with, say, parking. We had no crazy problems with the room. There's no fucking pickpocketing situation. We just, like, I guess the 5th year, we kind of had all of our shit together. We're seasoned pros at this point, you know what I mean? Like, we have our regular stops. We have the people that we see every year, like bartenders and different people like that. So there are perks to that, just so you know. But this year was the hard reset that I needed. Now, already this year you need a hard reset. No. From the last year, from the last time I went on vacation, a lot of shit's gone down. A lot of shit is like come about, jobs, kids, moving, blah, all kinds of things. Okay. And so when I say hard reset, like this is like I need time to just not, like you're talking no alarm clocks, you're talking there are no schedules. Okay, we don't do this itinerary shit where it's like, what do you want to do today? Ding, 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 ding. And then we write it all out. We talk about it. We map it. No. One of the great things about going down there is how much time almost fucking stops. It's a little bit crazy. But once you cross that bridge and you're like there, it's like you can breathe, which is weird because the city itself, it's very broken, dirty, stuff like that. But there is a beauty in the, you know what I mean? And I think the reason I come to like it so much is that not everyone would like it, It's a giant party and it's a giant, it's relaxing and chill. Like there's an assload of people, don't get me wrong, but it's not like, say, New York or Vegas, and it's not like spring break in fucking Florida or anything. Like very different vibes altogether. Everyone kind of shifts down and it's just like this, it's just, for us, it's relaxing. It's relaxing. And it took us 17 years, 18 years, whatever it was, before we ever even thought of doing something just for us. And let me tell you, when you can walk down the sidewalk and you have one hand to hold instead of like all the littles, and you don't have to look over your shoulder or this and that. You don't have to wonder if this place has enough seats, or, you know, if the kid's gonna cry or scream or be tired or what. Like, there's none of that. There's none of that. So actually, why is it important to take vacation in the first place? Taking vacation is essential for maintaining both physical and mental health. Rather than being a mere luxury, regular breaks act as a full system reboot that prevent chronic stress from damaging your body and your mind. Very real things. I'm going to tell you, I was starting to buckle a little bit. I usually book the hotel as soon as I can. And that typically is like, I don't know, April, May time. So I have it, you know, for months and months and months. And then I put a countdown on my phone. So I watch it go from like 300 days to 100 days, all the way down. This time was a little bit different because so many like chaotic mental things going on. It didn't even seem real, like where we were going, you know, when we were going, what we were even going to do. Every other time it's like I have my bags packed 2 weeks in advance and I'm ready to, you know, fucking fly. This time, like, I packed the night before a lot of the stuff, and it just didn't seem like a priority this time. And this being our 5th year, like, there were different things, you know, that we've done differently, like where we stay, the places we go, the things we try, you know, the new touristy things, blah, whatever. But for some reason, even though I knew there was stuff that we were looking forward to, it just didn't hit the same as every other time. And I think, like, the stress actually outweighed, not the stress of the trip, just like of life, was just kind of crushing me up here a little bit to where I couldn't really get into the, oh my God, this is going to be so great. It's just kind of like, okay. And that's horrible. That's horrible, because the other times I was completely over the fucking moon and everything else. So let's get into the physical and mental things, because seriously, was feeling it. So first, physical. Heart health. Studies show that men who skip vacations for several years are 30% more likely to have a heart attack. For women, vacationing at least twice a year significantly reduces the risk of coronary heart disease compared to those who only go every 6 years. It's very interesting that it says twice a year, because I do actually go on vacation twice a year. For our trip, like our mental reset, our whole reset, it's been New Orleans for the past 5 years. But for the past 2 years, in August, so spaced out, you know, several months in between, I actually go to Helen, Georgia, to go tubing with just girlfriends. And you're talking like 2, 3, and that's it. And that is like 2 days. And it is amazing what can be done in 2 days. You know, just like, there are no kids, you know, there is no school, there are no alarms, there's no work. You sit on a tube and you literally just float down the water. And my God, even if it's cold as fuck, which sometimes it is, even if you get stuck, even if you know, whatever, doesn't matter. Just that couple days break in the norm makes a huge difference. And the fact that you're sharing it with like 2, 3 other people who feel the exact same way, huge difference. Huge. So I get the two. Stress reduction. Taking time off lowers cortisol levels, which helps reduce blood pressure and prevents stress-related ailments like headaches and backaches. Well, I can tell you that, yeah, physically, It depends. Physically, as far as, yeah, I'm going to use both trips. The Helen trip, I'm usually like the rescuer in the group. So if someone gets stuck, I am someone who goes to like help them get unstuck. You know what I mean? And so you're fighting the river, you're going over rocks, sometimes you fall. And I mean, you're doing this for a couple hours. So sometimes, you know, the next day you get up and you're like, oh my God, that's where my quads are, whatever. You know, New Orleans, we park like Friday morning and we don't get back in a car until Tuesday morning. So I think this year we walked totally right about 28, 29 miles, which isn't horrible, but just breaking that down in 4 days, you're like, that's gross. You know, I think it's gross, and I fucking did it. You know what I mean? But once you get ready to come home, you fucking feel it in your legs, your back. You're like, oh my God. You've had steady drinks going on for days, so like that's its own fucking situation. We came back, and actually I am sick now, so thankfully that, you know, that held off for that. But yeah, going there, like, it helps and everything. And I know you guys say, why'd you leave Tuesday? Mardi Gras Tuesday. Fun fact, Lundi Gras is actually Monday. And we have gone to Mardi Gras, like actual Tuesday. And it is a giant party. People dress up and everything else. The thing is that this party goes on for weeks, but this, like, party goes on for that whole fucking weekend. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, that's a lot. For the 4 days that we stay there now, that's a lot. What we have come to learn, you know, as our seasoned selves, is that Lundi Gras is a big party day. People get dressed up, just like on Mardi Gras. There are tons of parades, everything else. The only difference is Mardi Gras night, so Tuesday night, everything gets shifted to Bourbon Street. Oh yeah, that's fun. It is, but it's not. Because if you ever have been in, I don't even know what to compare it to, honestly. Imagine being stuck like on a subway train or something. And max capacity, there is no moving. Like, you're wanting to go from this street to this street. You're talking 1 block. You know how long it's going to take you? A lot of shoulder shuffling and everything else. Meanwhile, you've got people in there. This is like, and you see it in restaurants and everything. It'll say it's pickpocket season, which is a very real thing. And even though there's more cops down there this time of year, it's just we've come to enjoy the night before better because all of the streets stay open. So you can you can take back ways to spots on Bourbon that you want to go to, or, you know, there's different music and stuff going on. But once Mardi Gras comes, it's like the rest of the streets die and don't exist anymore. And it's all right there. You're in that solid, you know, fucking sardine can. And it's just like, we've done it. We've learned from it. Not really, yeah. So we cut out Tuesday morning and beat the crowds in that sense, which is just another fun thing to do. So, better sleep. Vacations can help regulate sleep patterns and lead to more restorative rest by removing the anxiety of daily deadlines. I'm horrible at sleep, even on vacation. This time was the worst. And I, you know, even alcohol assisted some of the nights. Still no. I'm up at like 6, 7, 8 o'clock because I'm ridiculous, obviously. So, yeah. We'll go to mental and emotional well-being. So, combat burnout. Regular time away reduces chronic exhaustion, and the Sunday scaries, helping you to return to work with a fresh perspective and higher motivation. I've never heard Sunday scaries before, but I guess it makes sense, right? Like you get to Sunday and it's the day of rest, which we also have on vacation. Say, we party hard Friday, Saturday, and then you just need that, like, that collective, just leave me alone, just let me drift through the day, and it works out anyway, but yeah. Improved mood. Research from some building, found that vacations increase positive emotions and significantly decrease symptoms of depression and anxiety. Strengthened relationships. Traveling or taking a staycation allows for quality time with loved ones, which fosters intimacy and creates lasting memories that bolster your emotional support system. Well, I'm going to tell you, you can learn a lot from somebody by taking a trip. And you can definitely find out if you're made to be with that person for a long amount of time by going on vacation. This tests friendships too. Seriously. Because it can start out the greatest, this will be so fun, this will be so great, oh, we should totally do this every year. When you go, there's always things that could come up. People, problems, hotels, the drive or flight there, there are tons of opportunities for problems and roadblocks and just fucking stressful situations inside a vacation. Just because you're going on vacation doesn't mean it's just stress-free, right? Some people can click down into a different mentality and things that would normally bother them in a regular setting maybe don't bother them so much. However, when you're on vacation with someone, you're not unless you do an Airbnb thing, which no, but you're not in your own free space. Like at home. At home, you have the comforts for both of you separately and together, right? So you're not on top of each other all the time, right? You have hobbies, you have shows, you have things that fill the space between. On vacation, you're there. You want to go somewhere to eat? So do they. But where? You want to go do something? Yeah, okay, well, where are we going? How long does it take? Do we have to walk there? Is it expensive? Are there going to be people there? Is that asshat going to show up and just ruin something? It's just there are so many opportunities for stress on vacation. So, strengthen relationships, yes. A lot of the time, yes. However, I have also known people to take vacations and come back completely even more frustrated than before. So, thankfully that's not my case. Let me see. Professional advantages. Boosted productivity. Enhanced creativity. So, my husband is horrible at time off. Okay? Horrible to the sense that he overworks himself. And so even though he took the whole week off, because there's something at work that needs to be done, he needed to go back in. Now, he did take our full vacation, and he does tend to take, the occasional day sometimes or whatever. He'll recognize the burnout and, do that. But it's one of those things that you realize very quickly when the vacation's over, because it's okay, well, here we go. So we're back at it, so that's fine. It's just, that's the adulting thing. I know that going on these trips to both, Helen with, friends, going to, the other with my husband, these are very important to me because they give me something tangible to look forward to, something real that I already know exists. I already know it can be done because I've done it. It's not something that stresses me out. It's just something that helps me when I'm stressed out because it gives me that beacon, something that I get closer to every single day. If you don't have something like that, you need it. If it's been 5 years since you've been on vacation, and I don't mean going to visit family, because I think we went over that too, yeah? Where trips home or visiting family, especially if you have kids, especially if you have young kids, you're just lifeguarding in a different setting without all of your comforts and stuff. And that is not vacation. That is like visitation. Not the same. Not the same. Vacation is where you can actually switch your mind off. Okay? And you can just relax. You can give in to the time. You can enjoy the no alarms, no scheduled this, that. Like, you're walking by a place, you want to try it to eat, do it then. There's nothing like stopping you. And that kind of thing. If you have the opportunity to do that, even if it's for a day, even if it's for a weekend, take it. Take it. It will make so much difference in your life if you just find somewhere. Take a dart, throw it at a map, you know what I mean? Find something somewhere where you can just check out of your everyday and go try something new. Something relaxing, something that has nothing to do with work, being a mom, being there for everyone all the time. Just try to give yourself that break. Even if it's a spa day. You know what I mean? When I say vacation, it doesn't have to be a week-long thing where you're on a fucking plane or a boat or going to another country. All great things, I'm sure. But, yeah, just you always have to try to make time to check out. So if you've never done that, maybe this is the year to try to do that. We are in February, so weather's only going to get better. Yeah, so if you haven't tried it, it's the year of something new. Damn it. So here we go. We're wrapping it up. We had a great time, and even though we're not at our peak time at the moment, thank you for watching, listening. Please be sure to like and subscribe, all of that fun junk, and we will be back next time, and hopefully I will sound a little bit better. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.